Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Pisces for the month of July, including late June 2026. So Pisces, we are in your cousin sign of Cancer. So the element is your element as well, it's water. But lots of, it's very highly emotional. Your water, your Pisces water is slightly different because you have different planets that rule you, Jupiter being one of them. So yeah, there's a bit of a difference, even though you share a common sign. So you are in your 5th house of fun, creativity, whatever that means to you. It can be just how you do your day is creativity. So we've got fun and creativity, two really good times just to blend together and just relax and have fun. Okay, energy around is the slow moving Knight of Pentacles. Now this is a young male energy, but he's very loyal, he's very slow moving. You don't hear much from him, he works away in the background. In terms of romantic issues, he would probably not say anything to you for quite a while. He really needs to know how things are before he makes a move, type of thing. So he's very considerate. This Virgo, this belongs to Virgo, this Knight of Pentacles. So slow moving but very loyal energy coming through. Now this could be your partner for some of you, or it could be just time itself or projects and things like that, and he's the messenger bringing in, going, well, it's going to be a slow burn, so don't be expecting fast and furious this 4 weeks, but you will get loyalty and a lot of good traits coming through with this Knight of Pentacles. And it could be an older male as well, but the energy is youthful, so young. But some men, as we know, they are older, but they still retain their youthful energy. Okay, where you are right now. King of Wands, fantastic. Lots of movement coming in with him, lots of creativity coming in with him. Could be travelling around, going from place to place, which would be fun. Also very inspiring, this guy. He inspires. He's somewhat of a leader as well, so it could be just your creative energy really kicking in this 4 weeks in terms of getting things done or having holidays and all this sort of fun stuff we have in the 5th house. So there he is, front and centre. So he's in here to tell you his message as well. You know, be inspiring, be a leader, be somebody, and speak up for yourself, have your say, and just, you know, really dream big, basically, with the King of Wands. But his main moniker would be moving around, constantly on the move, whether that's figuratively or just in his mind. There's a lot of movement with this one. What's brought that into influence and challenge and will resonate with the next reading is the Fool. Brand new beginnings for you. Starting a new book. Never mind a chapter, it's a book. So starting at naught again and going to 22 as the major arcana is. So you've got a new journey on your way. So off you go. Brilliant card too for starting new things. Let's have a look what precedes that. So what's sitting in the background that's been there for a while, sort of, and still carries weight today is 5 of Swords. So a bit of conflict, bit of confusion here, bit of mind energy, which is never really very helpful for the water signs, Pisces. As also, you know, eliciting opinions from other people, like maybe your family members or your friends or whoever it may be that you've been eliciting or sort of asking, what would you do? That's the sort of common question. It's not going to work out because you have to go within and work out what you want, not what other people suggest to you. Sometimes it's great, but it depends on whether you're in the right space to take on their sort of outlook on things. So it's going to be different. So there's been a bit of this conflict sitting here, but as I can see now, you've taken the bull by the horns with the King of Wands, and you've got a new beginning with the Fool, and then definitely with the energy of the Knight of Pentacles we're looking at, it's been quite a slow sort of burn to get where you are right now. So yeah, interesting, but it's very helpful actually to get that Five of Swords there, and to get it often, because then you think, well, why am I asking everybody else what they do? I need to know what I would want to do. Recent influences. Seven of Cups. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. This is the card of illusion. It's a Scorpio card. So you have to be quite careful when this comes in, because things can look one way but absolutely be another. Especially if you think, oh wow, this is great, you know, oh, everything's just lining up. But there's a catch with this one. And it's always like you've got 7 things to choose from. You can't have all 7. You can have 2 of 7 or 3 of 7, but you definitely can't have 7 of 7, because that's just like, it's almost fantasy, it's illusion, it's sort of getting ahead of yourself emotionally, and usually it leads to a bit of a disaster and a learning curve, sadly. Okay, so we've got that one there, which is interesting. So whatever that means for you personally, take note of it. The lesson you'll be learning. 6 of Swords, so moving from tumultuous waters into calm waters. It's a travelling card again. It's a movement card, especially for the mental energy, moving out of a really difficult time, which here maybe to the confusion of the 5 of Swords, and sort of cruising along a lot more of an even path coming up for you now. And that's the lesson. You know, we can have these tumultuous times and then suddenly it sort of all evens out and you think, oh my God, thank God for that. So that's the lesson. So that's really good. And it's also a travel card. So got a bit of travel sort of energy coming up in the house of fun and creativity. Near future. Strength. So strength's all about controlling your emotions basically, and being self-aware. Extremely self-aware. And I know sometimes we all do that. We sort of come in and all guns blazing and say, oh, this and that, and there might be somebody in the environment that just thinks, oh my God, what the hell was that? No thought for others. It's that kind of thing where in certain circumstances one must be very self-aware and also keep your emotions under control so it doesn't get worse instead of better. And we all need to get the strength card every now and again, because we're all guilty of just going, oh yes, and then somebody will be upset or hurt and we'll just think, oh my God, I didn't mean to. But no, but then that's a cue for just to, you know, keep your emotions pretty much sorted and control them. Not easy sometimes, but it's a good card to get when we need to sort of be self-aware. Okay, so let's see what's happening that you're not realising, and this one might explain what this particular controlling of emotions is. Yeah, look, you're a bit tired, you're a bit run out of energy, your tank is on red, it's empty, you've been taking on a lot. So just have a bit of a break. And of course that relates to the Strength card, because sometimes when we are exhausted and we've had too much on, we do tend to sort of fly off the handle or do whatever it is and lose our patience with somebody or something, and this sort of shadow hideous side comes out and you think, oh my God, I should have just controlled myself and walked away. But you're sort of at a bit of a low ebb. So just rest and just cruise along, as the Six of Swords says this month. And this, with this illusion card too, that kind of can burn you out if you think, oh, yeah, it's going to be great, it's going to be great, and then suddenly it all collapses in on itself and it's like, oh, it was too good to be true. There you go. We live and learn. How others see you. The sun, the great illuminator, so you're seeing everything for exactly what it is. And this is really good, especially with this 5 once again, and the whole thing. You've sort of come through this journey quite well, and at the end of it you've sort of learnt to really look at things as they truly are in the harsh light of day of the sun. Because when that comes out in a reading, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere that you can sort of go, oh, gee, how can I get out of this? No, you can't, because the sun's bearing down on you and showing up all the flaws. But being very enlightened as well with the sun, because we can see things for how they are. Especially if we have had a few of the rose-coloured glasses on from time to time, and then you sort of see the result and you think, oh, I should have taken those glasses off. Okay, let's see positive feelings, what you're feeling positive about. 10 of Pentacles, stability, things going well for you in terms of the day-to-day stuff. Pentacles is our, material world living, our jobs, our housekeeping, our family, what we've got in the bank, how things are going. Things are going quite well, very well, in fact, whenever you get the 10 of Pentacles. So there you go, you're happier about that. But yeah, there's been other issues, but it looks like they're going to be solved before you know it. The outcome. And the King of Cups, so we come in very much with our intuition with this King of Cups, male energy. So we've got a bit of male energy around today. We've got the King of Wands, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and now we've got the third character, which is the King of Cups. So he is more introspective, this man. He's usually very intuitive, but whether you can dig that out of him or not, because most males do keep their emotions very much under wraps. It's just their plumbing, it's just the way they are. But he's a very good person to go to with problems or helping you to sort things out, because he's very sort of cut and dried and a deep feeling person, a water person obviously. So he's coming in at the end. This guy is quite in touch with his feelings. He's great and a great advisor too, especially if you need some advice. But I might just put an extra clarifier on that King of Cups, because he can be tricky. Because sometimes you can think, yeah, but what else is it about him? Let's just see what's under the surface of the King of Cups. The Empress. So the Empress, so abundance, creativity. She resembles the mother, obviously, very strongly. The birth giver. Not only can she birth humans, she also can, when she shows up in a reading, she can be the creator or birthing of new ideas, birthing of things, making things happen. Like mothers often do. They always find a solution just because that's what they do. That's how they're built. Yeah, but interesting, she sits on underneath his energy. So, yeah, very connected, I suppose, too, to the mother there with the King of Cups. But I feel he's more about your intuition, either getting or asking this one for advice. But yeah, then again, and it's got this strong female creative icon of the Empress underneath. So interesting. So I'll leave that up to you to see how that fixes in with your current circumstance. It's a very interesting way to end the reading. So thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you haven't already. But always a big thank you for listening in. Thank you. Bye-bye.